In our last session, the group completed their stay at the lighthouse with a search on books on Ondu or Agadim, finding some information on the crypt itself from previous expedition records, though not titled as expected by name. And Rose comes to the conclusion that someone has tampered with the records, leading to quite a lot of missing gaps of information. Alara and Moment finally get Moment's hat back and have a long discussion about what the hat means to Moment and his mortality. The librarian Sartos is particularly grim, not really entertaining any of the group's requests to stay any longer than necessary. And the group eventually arranges to return in 5 days at first tide, which corresponds to noon, not before then. The group makes the difficult decision to entrust Gina/Tina with Officer Tazri, part of the teleporter pyramid, since she does not seem to be particularly magically inclined, and Alara thinks she can be trusted, at least much more so than their lodgings in House Balaget, where the group encounters more soup and pie when Alara, Verity, and Rosa try to get some rest. After much paranoia, creaking, and sad feelings and checking around the floorboards and creaking, the group gets their rest and eventually make their way back. At the compass point, unusual weather is outside while Moment asks about Sony and is vague on details about their newest adventures, except trying to avoid a kraken within the merfolk's temple. He didn't find anything interesting to report other than Glasspool and was distressed to learn that Sony in fact did go out. He goes up to his room, leaving a message with Sasha. Meanwhile, Sony finds herself lost down by the rocky, jagged beach, down to the sea and past the sandy points. She doesn't see any birds, so she tries to move away from the sea by the sound of the waves, moving in a straight line, climbing over rocks, and slowly regaining her bearings. She looks like a strange, pinkish-skinned human with a basket of seashells and seaweeds, and her hair tied back up with a hop and a skip, so it is perhaps not altogether surprising when she meets a stranger with a bent that she only describes as feral-looking, and a strange behavior besides, giving off a predatory vibe, but not making any onwards movements and asking a lot of strange questions. She calls herself Blossom. He doesn't seem to object to the name of Big Bad Wolf or Wolf, and follows her, though she refuses her hand and keeps her distance all the way. There's some strange exchanges, the two trying to gauge each other, until finally Sony skips up after the dancing and dropping a few careful warnings of her own about music and dancing and avoiding men, before she turns invisible and flees back to Alpha Town, deciding not to visit the lighthouse in the future if it means that she might encounter this strange character again. She remembers that creepy face waving to her, makes it back to Agatha, and takes a while to calm down, reporting her stranger danger, and then getting distressed when Twitch seems to dislike her smell or whatever it was around her. And for a job well done, Agatha passes her 2 healing potions. She heads back invisibly as well, more wary of the world before, meets the group, meets Moment, and after the group reconvenes, waking up in the morning, Alara finding traps to come out, Verity putting on the shield of non-detection, having a long time talking to Officer Tazri and trying to explain things, not really much making ground, but Tazri allows them to keep the item here for the time being, threatening to put it under permanent confinement if they're not back in 5 days. Moment meets up with Sony, gets a whale. Alara gets another whale again when Sony does join them, speaking strangely in Tazri's office, and they get out. Alara delivers a sending to Enowan about being on the way to the coordinates given to her, and his only response is that she should proceed in an hour. An hour is spent with Sony again expressing her concerns to the group about something wild, scraggly, and face slightly elongated, much faster than it looks. Alara and Moment think it's probably their contact, and Alara is actually impressed that Sony handling herself alone. After warnings of a tentacle monster, the returning of bows, and Sony giving money to Moment, to everyone's surprise, an hour passes, and Nerif prepares to work. All right. So, Nerif, casting teleportation circle.
Yep.
All right. Did you describe how you're casting it?
I think it describes in the spell, right? I'd have to draw like the circle with the chalks, and then perform the usual magics, and then the circle activates. Then we enter the circle.
All right. There's a moment of cold, of swirling darkness, as everyone moves through this teleportation circle and finds themselves in a new area. I'll just make sure that's everyone accounted for. Is everyone fully recovered?
I think so.
Well, I have one less hit
Oh, wait, no.
dice.
I still have one exhaustion.
I have 98 hit points.
I thought we had a long rest.
Did
I think you guys have a wrong rest because you go back to your guild
Yeah, we
house.
went back to the house.
Yeah,
I
if,
thought so too.
Oh, okay. Then I didn't update it,
I
lol.
managed to spend a second level spell to avoid
130.
taking any humiliation damage.
Yep.
but I
True.
think Nerif's his character already taken one exhaustion point off. That should be fine. Nerif should be fine at one exhaustion point if I'm not wrong. As memory.
Yeah,
And-
I still have one exhaustion.
Yeah. For me, I lost one hit point just because I didn't eat.
Lul.
All right. So, and you all arrive in this location. Give me a moment to explain it while I change the music to something suitable.
But I'm already here.
Why does anyone always put us in strange temples?
Why there's one
Why is
pile
there a
of
pile of...
Rubble.
You explain. You explain.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a pile of cork, pile of books, and pile of
Glass?
money? That's a money. That's gold, right? That's silver. That looks like silver. It does look like coins.
I don't know. Looks like
Or is
glass.
that just
Trash music on in Discord.
It looks like scrap metal.
It's garbage.
All right, don't move yourselves too much.
Yep.
So, you find yourself arriving as in the center of a large ancient chamber, seemingly circular, around a central pillar as you arrive, with 4 apparent exits and a feeling of agelessness here. Well, of the 4 exits, 3 of them are, or rather I shouldn't call them exits because the whole place is cluttered. One side is just cluttered with piles upon piles and piles of books of various ages, tomes and scrolls. One side is piled and blocked with various skeletal bones and remains. Some humanoid, some less so, and some too far convoluted to be anything such. Another exit is another path is blocked by rows upon rows of metal fragments, some coins of old and some in very rusted conditions, but it seems like there's a whole history in all three piles. And the other route, a lone figure awaits.
Ah, I suppose that's our benefactor there.
I look around and I'm like, this is not
And he
the
begins
library.
to speak. Anowen the Rune Sage addresses you all as the portal crackles to a close, depositing you where you are. Just on time. How did it go?
Terrible. We were assuming we would end up below the office. This definitely isn't below the office.
Many things are below the office, but let's hear more about the mission first.
Alright, shall we just give him a rundown?
We give him a very brief rundown.
Give him the cliff notes.
The cliff notes. More importantly, we did as you asked, and as a favor owed.
Details, please. This is an important piece of work.
Well, considering we also want information from you, what's to stop you from straight up killing all of us once you know the information?
If that is what you think of me, why bother with it in the first place?
It's the only lead we have.
Well, Alara, I'm going to need you to role play out whatever information you do give him.
I can't remember what we said.
Others can
Before?
help us speak in place of Alara to fill in the gaps.
Wait, I can't. Did
Do
we?
you not want to share?
No. Did we tell him anything before? I can't remember.
No, we did not.
Tell
You
me
only
the end
told him
report.
that
when
we
we
went to
went
Ola
back to
Temple
mines.
and it's destroyed.
Ah, okay. She goes forward and says, well, the temple was definitely there through another series of portals, and so was the cult. So first, I think your big problem would be the cult, and secondly, they're destroying temples for a reason. So we have a phoenix that went out of Valakut, and now we have a kraken that escaped the temple that we were just at. And we have confirmed that it did hold some kind of power previously.
What do you mean, hold some kind of power previously?
My assumption is the kraken.
No, we weren't able to perform the rituals before the Kraken was released, but after we weren't able to pick up any signs of the ley line being active.
If it was there
Yeah,
at all.
if it was active in the first place.
But
However,
something else, right?
because of the Kraken being released, we think that may have changed things. So, if you do have any other points of interest that may or may not be sealing away a powerful creature, it would be good to be able to perform the detection rituals while the creature is still locked away, because that might have some connection to the ley lines. You understand you went to Mount Valakut to check for the red ley line as well and found it to not be there. But again, that was after the Phoenix was released.
The only way to know now for sure that it is the creatures that hold the power would be to confirm before and wait for the cult to release the next one.
Yes.
Or might as let them don't release the next one in before something else happened.
And the cult was a different cult, but similar in several ways.
We have reason to believe that they are not working together, so...
Maybe like a sister cult.
I think they have different motives. But this one seems to want to take the Kraken away.
Yes, the Kraken did not follow, however.
Now
So
on the
something
topic
about too soon.
of binding runes, was that what was used to keep all these very powerful magical creatures as a ley line?
Or are these magical, powerful creatures actually stealing something else instead?
What was Verity's last line?
Are these powerful creatures actually put there to seal something off instead? There are a few words and keywords that we have found, but we couldn't find any information. One of it is Eldrazi's.
Well, that's primarily because apparently somebody of vampiric origin stole all the details from the library.
Yes.
Again, what information do you on the binding runes, which we're here for?
And no one's face doesn't even budge as you all talk about this. He says, so the Kraken is gone.
Well, we don't know what the significance is.
It was still there when we left. We didn't
Yes.
stick around long enough to find out which direction it left in.
And the ritual was a negative.
Yes.
There's something very strange when the Kraken was released. Something bubbling in the water. I mean dark.
What do you mean bubbling?
We don't know either. Again,
A strange creature.
we're here for binding runes, not really telling of some strange creatures.
Hold. He looks at Verity. Something concerns you beyond your mission.
Yes. There is another kind of entity that we met in a different temple. And I feel like it's an entity that might endanger this world, and I feel that you should know about it.
To describe it.
It was possessing a man. Are you aware of a person named Myron Ross?
That name does ring a bell. Do go on.
Well, he was possessed, and after we sort of cleansed him, it became his entire hand exploded and tentacles came out. We don't really know what it is. It's still out there somewhere. It has a means of creating more of these kind of creatures of itself, with head as a tentacle.
What exactly did it do?
We are not certain what it exactly did in the temple. But it does have the means to turn stone into organic matter. That's what you're asking. It has mind psychic abilities of the sort. It was controlling memories of everyone in the Seagate. Right, he like starts putting out his hands and counting, and then he's like nods and it's like, I think that's it.
And Owen turns, touches the rock next to him, and his hand leaves an imprint in the stone. Why?
As in, like, he crushes the rock?
Yes.
Like the rock, his hand is like,
Made of acid.
Just by pressing onto it, the stone just crumbles.
yes. There's no table to flip, so
Always one step ahead. How very troublesome.
one is one step ahead.
There are things in this world that call others to it, like flies to honey, or perhaps flies to corpses. Does the cult seem like flies to you?
If you mean by they're attracted to certain things, they're attracted to the certain affinity that they have for the cult. But I wouldn't call them flies, I suppose. The crushing waves to Ula Temple, the curved eternal flames to the Valakut Mountains. I'm not sure what other cults are there that might be attracted to the other points. If you know anything that might help to stop whatever they are doing.
Is Nerif or Rosa or Moment saying anything?
I have nothing to add yet, I think.
Rosa
I'm
would
not
like to
just-
ask.
Yeah, I'm
if-
just standing and, like, listening to Verity.
Rosa would like to ask if there's a name that we can use to refer to that thing, a name that he knows of.
Which thing?
Like-
Whatever entity.
This thing that keeps attracting stuff to it. Does he have an idea what it is?
I think he was just saying there are things, like things in general, like the phoenix and the
Okay.
kraken, you know? Yeah.
Well, at this, Anoan just smiles unpleasantly and says, "Your friend has already named them."
Okay.
Which one?
They are the Eldrazi.
Oh,
Yes.
Small, sometimes starting until they get large, but always waiting for a sign of weakness.
And they've been bound away.
And they call things to break them out.
what is their motivation? Like, what is their purpose?
Did you try speaking to the thing that was Myron Vosk?
It didn't even remember what it was. Or he
And
was.
that is exactly what you're going to gain if you try to communicate with them.
what are they?
Old, ancient, malleable.
So wait, are these binding runes or these ley lines created to put them, seal them, bind them? Is that what this is?
In a crude way, yes.
And what about the hedrons? What are their relationship with these things?
Many bindings, many runes, better techniques, stronger wards, last a bit longer. But people always come to disrupt them.
Right.
Yeah.
So I suppose our quest to find out more about these binding runes won't last very long if whatever they're binding away manages to break out before we finish our data collection.
You see, not many people wish to contribute to the effort. Most just take what they can that will suffice and leave.
Another individual actually said the same thing. Many came and take pieces away.
It makes one inhospitable to tourists.
If we were to offer our help, would we learn more about how to make these binding runes ourselves? For Ark.
Maybe, but we definitely won't if we leave.
We are not leaving the plane to die like this. I think if we are able to help and assist in the efforts, perhaps that's the better way to learn how to make these binding runes.
I could teach you, yes, but how many of you are actually willing to dedicate a lifetime to this work?
How long does one need to have? How long have you been working on this with Sir Kavros?
And no one frowns sharply when you say that. A lifetime. Work is never ever completely done. Preliminaries, perfecting, redesigning, completion, testing, renovating, upgrading, making the next new line of defenses. Do you understand?
Merty will nod. And then he actually turns to Alara. And then he asks, so, if you're able to convey to your superior that the binding runes is not something that we can just obtain, what would your superior say? Is it possible to communicate about this?
She wasn't really paying attention to the conversation anymore. She's been looking around.
And Verity will just tell Alara that I guess this binding runes project is going to take a lifetime. Maybe Alara.
Well, we were tasked to do a job. We did the job for something. And now there's more without actually knowing what we're doing.
It seems that in order to save your world, we have to save this one.
I have no problems with that. What I have problems with is what are we doing?
Is there some sort of plan that you have in mind, Sir Enowen?
Let's hear more responses. He looks to Rosa and Sony and Moment. Sahil, of course, will stick with whatever Verity's decision is.
Sony isn't paying attention.
Aside, with the conversation that she wasn't paying attention to, what did she find out about the overall structure and everything that I wrote down?
Give me a very difficult history check.
History no good, but I will try.
I don't think I can help you.
15.
That's pretty good.
Alara knows zilch about this structure.
She's gonna keep puttering around. She stepped out of the conversation because this guy is not, fulfilling his part of the deal.
Alara's intention anyway. Rosa, anything?
Yeah, what Rosa said, I don't really think we have a lifetime here. But I don't know.
Moment?
How do you feel about your world falling into pieces?
Are you gonna try to save your world, Moment?
Is Momento there?
Nene?
He mute himself.
Me, man.
That's why I
Okay.
keep saying something no one listens to me. Okay, that's my point.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to say, what are you looking at me for? I'm from here. You already know that.
Moments like I live here, man. I don't got anywhere else to go.
There are many from here, but very few have an interest in staying.
Well, let's just say saving this planet. This planet is something I would do. But beyond that, no.
So okay, let me tally. Moment is yes, Verity is yes.
But I'm not dedicated my lifetime for this. But I am trying to save the world from.
No, as in anyone is trying to see who are the fence sitters and who are the yes or no's.
Oh, okay.
What is Nerif's answer? Oh, what is Nerif's answer?
What was the question?
What is Nerif's answer? Yes or no?
What was
For
the
saving
question?
this world.
Yeah, he's here. He'll play the game. He'll lock up the monsters.
You'll help.
What else is he gonna do?
It's not like we're gonna come here, take things, and leave, right? That seems.
Rosa?
Well, Rosa said what she said. Well, in the end, I still need to save my world.
Yes, and that's why I said in order to save your world, you might have to save this one.
If it takes far too long, he looks anxiously to Alara.
Yeah. So
Kind
the
of
question
like,
is,
like, this is the reason why Alara is sitting this out.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
also like, oh.
so the question is, in order to this route that we're about to take involves us like saving this world before we save yours. You either take it or you say, no, I'm gonna leave and find another way on some other planet, and then you bounce.
Basically, you finish chapter 2 before going back and finish chapter 1.
You mean chapter 2 until
No,
2.999?
You play like a different game.
Yeah. Well, Rose is gonna say, I think we need a bit of time to discuss this. If we need a lifetime, I'm sure we can take a day.
Also, Verity will remind that the war of Ark is actually falling apart, and from the description of the people there, it won't last for at least 2 or 3 decades. Then it will crumble. So we do not actually have enough time.
Exactly.
Feel free to discuss among yourselves first, and no one will wait for a collective answer.
Well, from Alara's perspective right now is she's hearing the words, but there's no solid plan. It's like agreeing to that many-faced guy saying, yeah, I'll protect. For what? What are we doing? Where's the plan?
what
Where
we
is
get
the
in return.
confirmation?
Until when?
Because we've done stuff for you already.
When part is until you die.
Where
No,
is the
she
fulfillment?
she does. It doesn't matter to her because she's a soldier. She will do the job. You don't understand. She's a soldier, but she needs a plan.
Yeah. And no one hasn't said anything.
Yeah,
about
and no
that.
one's like being really obtuse, and she doesn't like it because we've already done the thing.
Yeah. And he's not like fulfilling his part of the deal. Yet. At least, I don't know. But also, a lifetime is a bit long because if you think about it, right? Arc is crumbling in like 2 or 3 decades.
And
a
she
lifetime
and
is
she
too long.
doesn't like the fact that he's asking for a yes or no without knowing the terms and conditions.
We discuss first.
He's asking for a yes or no collectively.
Yeah, that's what Rose is saying.
When
Can we
you
have a
say
bit of time
yes or
to
no,
discuss this?
you're signing, you're clicking I have read the terms and conditions
Without reading the
without
term.
reading it.
And then when the term condition says that you may not use this program to make a nuclear warhead, and you decided to make a nuclear warhead, there you go.
No,
I mean,
if you
Grace would
decide,
just ask him more about the plan.
she did.
Ask again, I suppose.
Okay, you're making too much noise. You're having this conversation. She already asked the question, and then she realized that she's not participating or she's not doing anything productive in the conversation, so she steps out.
Give it one more try. Give it one more try. See if it changes.
No,
but if you want to
previously it
say-
was just, people talking.
Yeah, now we stop and you can voice
There's
your...
no one's talking anymore.
Yeah,
Is it?
you can voice your opinion.
Now he's asking the yes or no.
Yeah.
Rosa was talking just now, so
just us.
Rosa's looking to Alara.
she speaks up again. She goes, "What are the terms and conditions?"
I can teach you how to make binding runes, but as you might figure, it's not something that happens in a matter of hours or days.
You mention a lifetime. You realize that your lifetime is very different from mine.
I have yet to make a single perfect binding rune, though most have lasted.
You have hundreds of years over us. What is our paltry 80, 70, 100?
Perhaps you might make something that lasts you for a time. After all, time is what you are buying.
We've been prepositioned for our lives before. What makes this any different?
By whom?
Out of character, we told him about the many-faced guy, right? Because that was before.
Did we?
I don't think we
I don't know
told
if
him
we
about
told him.
Carabinos.
It's
I don't
very
think-
important. It's
Yeah.
not something that would have come up.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it also feel like it's not at the topic that he would discuss at that particular moment. So I don't think we have said anything about many-faced towards anyone before.
Okay.
We haven't.
Yeah.
A creature called Carabinos.
Carabinos. Yes, it does know how to make binding runes, but it got itself stuck inside. I don't think that is the teacher you want.
We want nothing to do with him. It.
Are these the bindings that has been on this world? Are those the ones that you have made? The ones that lock the Kraken and the Phoenix? Or is it by someone else?
I have made many.
And is Ula Temple one of the ones that you have done?
I will agree to this. And as a soldier, you have my word. If we go through each and every one that you have made.
No, Red is waiting for him to confirm if he is the one who made the one in Ula Temple.
Yeah, and then she says all the ones that we know of for confirmation.
Give me an insight check.
Does anyone do it or only the
Okay, I have
Okay.
very. Oh, not
Very
Alara.
Alara, actually, because you're the talking ones at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
12. It's terrible.
It's
It's that kind of roll.
No help action.
No idea.
You can't
Okay.
help action this kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I feel like that was a hard.
Oh no, true. Just kidding.
Each
Can't tell.
and every one that I have made. Did you not say you did not have a lifetime?
We said we did not have your
I
lifetime.
don't understand his question.
Wait.
We
when
don't-
he said each and every one of them. Can I do an inside check of that? Because I don't feel like he actually made every single one in this world.
Dun, 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 dun,
On
dun.
that particular sentence.
Yeah.
Is it
Sure, go
Suspect.
ahead, moment.
Yeah.
Suspect.
Yeah, even though my inside check is not high, I just want to
You
do
can
it
do it!
because I do not trust him at the beginning and I still don't trust him now. That's why I just do it.
Is it good?
Okay.
That's a-
17 is good.
I don't trust him at the beginning, I don't trust him now.
Let me check something. You can't quite tell, moment.
Okay.
His face is like marble granite.
Okay.
Is he gonna bind our lives?
Really wants to buy mortal souls?
Yeah, that's what Sony's gonna say. It's like,
This dude's so
is this
sketchy.
interesting to bind our lives?
That I don't think that's the point, Sony. No.
And no one smiled and say, "That is a method, but I do not think it worked out very well for Carabinos."
Okay, so
So that's good to hear.
so are we back to discussing yes or no? Since Alara already did her-
Well, with the 12, she reckons is true, so the answer is yes.
Okay.
Rose will sigh and say, well, Cabros did work with you. Whatever you can do will probably at least help to keep art together for half as long as it has
No
to.
one frowns. Kavros worked with me as long as he needed to steal a prototype.
Oh,
I hope you don't intend to follow his footsteps.
Momo is just gonna say, well, at least if you learn from him, at least you can build one. You don't need to come back here anymore.
Wait, what? Are you saying that to Cabros, to anyone or to Rosa?
To you guys, not just any particular one, but not directly to anyone. Just because if anyone is teaching, I mean, like, at least you guys know how to make one. If you guys made one, and not steal one. That's what he says.
Who here is thinking about stealing one?
Not me.
Nope.
Because I'm from here. Why am I stealing for myself?
Sony?
Sony thinks this is a bit wishy-washy. Rosa thinks that she just wants to earn it and save her world. She doesn't think about stealing, but I wouldn't put it past her, but she doesn't think about stealing. When push comes to shove, I wouldn't put it past her.
I think she
Neri?
would only think about stealing it if it's like in front of her face.
Yeah, and no one says you can't take this back, and she'll be like, "Fuck you." And then she
I feel like he will die first because I'm sure Anderson is way stronger
yeah,
than what he is.
exactly.
Lol.
Nerith?
No, Nerf would not steal something like that. He's not that invested in saving Ark anyway.
Verity?
What is that thought? It has never occurred to Verity.
Verity is pure.
Does the angel want to steal?
It has never occurred to him at all.
So what's Sony thinking about at the moment?
Probably the red man still, but still she's kind of like looking around only. She doesn't really care what the rest is deciding on.
She's wondering where we are.
Yeah.
And wondering if the
Whether
red
there
man
are
is still
any
following from the
Awesome
shadow.
parties she's missing out on.
I wonder what kind of monster we'll fight next.
Air elemental.
We get to fly?
Okay.
I think another might have detect thoughts on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if we have detect thought on like surface level of things, just like Sony thinking of the red man that was
Yeah.
hunting him, should be
Yeah.
still fine.
It's fine.
And no one looks over all of you very silently and says, very well. If you are not here to grab and run, I will show you one of my works. And after we run through the basics, you will conduct a field test on an actual Eldrazi.
And wait, we have an
Alara is shooketh.
there is an
Wait.
extra.
She is shooketh.
That
Yes.
doesn't sound safe, but since you're still alive, I will trust you.
I mean, what's safe, man?
Extra Eldrazi that you know that is being locked away.
He's probably one who locked it.
You have met one already.
Wait, what? Dun, dun, dun.
Sashir.
No.
No.
So you're saying that the thing that has taken over the Kraken is an Eldrazi?
Does it seem like anything you've ever met?
I shake my head. Because I don't know shit.
Does it seem like something that should exist?
Oh, well, he definitely says.
No, it's something entirely different. Also, Lady O'Hara, perhaps we should let Sarah know about something that is watching us.
Oh, who are you talking to?
Lara?
What?
No one.
She
He was asking you something.
what did you say? I heard murph 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 murph.
Perhaps we should tell him about the entity that is watching us, and is there a way to get rid of it?
I nod. I'm assuming this entire location has been warded against prying eyes.
Precisely, though I see you've taken precautions of your own.
It seems that it might be a thing where it's watching us directly and it's affecting many things in the process. We're not sure, though, if there could be a better way to stop it. At least it would make our activities easier. It has been affecting our ability to communicate with our deities.
And Owen smiles at this. You have means of protecting yourself temporarily, but the plan is, after I show you how this binding rune works, You will bait it.
How?
Is it entirely safe? Where would we do this kind of thing?
Oh, just FYI, she's moved closer towards anyone, so that at least they're on the same level, and she can like look directly at him.
Oh, right, because this place is warded as well, so we don't need to stand 50 feet from Verity. Never mind. I was thinking of standing 50 feet from Verity, just 15 feet from Verity.
It's like, stay close.
Stay close. Verity will protect us from prying eyes.
So from what you get, anyone responds. It can do many things, though not directly, always through an intermediate hand. It will send a hand when it finds you, and with a binding rune you may bite off a finger.
What?
But would it
Very well.
continuously send more after it knows one of its fingers is chopped off?
Biting a finger will make it think twice, and it will leave the proverbial blood trail to the hand and the arm and the body.
I see.
I
Is the,
suppose we shouldn't waste any more time
Yeah.
then.
I put out a hand
Walk in front.
for him to shake, and then I say, if we have your aid and your expertise, you have ours.
Sony turns to Nerif and suddenly says, "A lifetime means when you die, right, Nerif?
I suppose.
Does this mean we're gonna die?
Eventually.
I hope it's not by this quest."
Are you
Then Verity will say,
foreshadowing something?
I mean, it's a lifetime until you die. Well, when you do this,
Are you
That reminds me of like, oh yeah, I have enough savings if I retire tomorrow. If I die on Tuesday.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Okay. And no one dares reach out and take Alara's hand, and for the strange patchy flesh and withered feel it has, Alara gets a distinct impression that there's much more strength in it.
"Oh, he's trying his
Oh,
best
she-
to push your hand."
Yeah,
She-
not crush it.
Or he's trying his best to be dainty, but
Yes.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's trying to not crush my hand.
Yes.
Yeah. If he used any more strength, he might.
It's like, whoa! Don't you know how to shake hands? What the hell?
Yeah, for
Okay.
strong grip there.
No, stop tickling my palm. What the hell? Okay, yeah. Shakes her head. It's an agreement.
Onward.
I guess the first thing we have to address is the cultists. We assume there's 5 different ones. 2 have already taken action. 3 are waiting. And the assumption is also they're being led by 3 other people.
And no one just smiles. I have taken care of the ones bothering the crypt.
Oh, so there is more.
What can you tell us about them?
Myron Vosk?
Agadim. The crypt of
Like
Agadim.
The
another
crypt of Agadim
Yes.
is secure. You need not worry about the cult anymore for that.
But we are not sure if there is any cult that is going to the last
Okay. So we
Oh, no.
scratch out Agadim.
mention, right?
Agadim, Agagon.
So at least they're still there. That need to be looked after. Is that right?
The livings. He says, the living spire is hostile to me.
Oh, yeah, I remember about that.
The living fire, you mean the phoenix?
The
The
living
living
spire.
spire.
Oh, this living spire. Okay, sorry, I misheard. Out of character. Redacted.
The living spire is hostile to me, to say nothing of its inhabitants who are troublesome enough. And then there's Emiria, the sky ruin. Oh,
We are correct.
Yep.
We suspected Emiria, and we are to travel there in 5 days.
well done. Now, I have heard word that an angel has been spotted.
I cross my arms and then I turn to Verity.
I see news travels fast.
Hello, Mr. Angel. How are you?
Like,
Not
Right.
you.
It's the real angel then
an actual one. Oh.
Okay then. Okay.
in Zendikar.
Well, I turn back and I'm like, oh, so it's not this goody two shoes. Okay.
Yes, reports are that an angel has been spotted at the sky ruin.
The light bearer. I look at Verity and I'm like, that's one of the people that we're catching, right? I mean, what else is an angel?
Well, remember that Emir, the Sky Woman, has an angel?
Which
Uh,
they suspect is the
or did-
Emiria herself.
Yeah. So I don't suppose it must be the one that you're trying to capture, but maybe it's actually the angel that they were praying before, the Emiria itself, or
I highly doubt it would have freed itself.
oh shit! So the light bearer is there then.
Wait, so what does angel entail when they appear in Zendikar?
Many things. Few of them truly good.
When he's trying to rap, he's like, see his. There's this like trying to figure out why is angel not good.
Thinking face.
Thinking face.
Power without morality.
How many of you feel secure next to an angel? And he turns to Verity, not you.
For the Alara, like she smirks and then puts the smirk away, like had it.
Oh,
Rosa immediately imagines Carabinos for some reason. And she shivers.
Not sure I understand the question.
I think because maybe you and I are the same, never met one or never be in the vicinity of one, so maybe that's the case.
All angels serve the so-called greater good. And that good is so much greater than the mere world.
I nod. Again, power without morality. Upholding law beyond upholding trust in the good of the people.
There is very little actual good in people. It is self-interest and preservation that governs most of why we are here today.
Perhaps for most. But I trust that there is some good when it comes to, for example, taking care of this plane. I see where you're coming from in that you think that we would take and leave without helping.
Only time and treachery will tell if you're made of the same strand as your overlord.
Where I come from, power means everything. But I've grown beyond that, I hope. Considering we've skipped planes just to come here.
We are going to save this world if it's in need of help.
Anything from Nerif or Sony or Rosa or Moment?
Mm,
No, Nerf is waiting to move on.
Rosa just feels weird
He is ready.
suddenly when like putting the name
There's more to
Capros
add.
with Overlord together,
It's like,
but she doesn't say anything.
Well, in out of player mind, Overlord, I just think of something else, but in character, there's nothing else.
But anime away. This is no place for you.
Okay, but no, I don't have anything to say as of now, or to add on.
Very well. This way. And he begins walking.
we
I follow.
Calmly, delicately. I'll put his token on.
Doop, 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 doop.
So, ignore the figure there, which is just for scale. He slowly moves his way.
Yo, this guy just floated across an empty space. What? No.
Wait, he's a vampire. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
think that he
yeah.
can
we
go
go
like
the bone way.
Oh, we're going the bone way.
Bone way.
I follow him, but at the same time, I look back to all the books, and I'm like, what? Then we're going this way. Then what's over there?
Oh,
Okay. And no one comes to a stop before the bone pile. And you're not sure what happens. But the bone pile gets up and puts itself together to step aside.
wow! Just necromancy.
I lol. It's
Necromancy, but more stylish.
Alara feels kind of relieved because it reminds her just of home.
Yeah.
It's like, making dead people alive again. Nice.
Feels like home.
Feels like home.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, just
I see this is a civilized place.
It's like looks at the bones. I bet this one used to do accountancy.
The necromancer.
I feel oh, this is just fun.
give the golem like a nod, I guess.
Yes, carry on.
Slightly
This is what
unsettled.
the thing looks like.
Oh, it's giant.
It's a door.
Too
It's
many
pretending
calls,
to
too
be
many
a
calls.
door.
Many skulls.
And he moves into the room that is past the bones.
Okay, we follow.
Slightly unsettled, but very easy to follow. Kinda unsettled.
How does Verity look when he feels unsettled?
Like
It's a helmet.
the helmet.
Yeah, does he like keep
He
looking
looks
at it
like
or
a
something?
helmet.
He draws a squiggly line across the helmet mouth. Like,
Is anyone else bothered by the display?
He is very unsettled. He's unsettled.
I want to know what Sony thinks.
Actually, he
He's
does.
excited. She goes like, "Ooh, magic!"
And
Well, you
most likely
mean
does
the-
have a look at the thing.
You mean the giant skeletons?
It's a golem-looking thing, right? Like a
Well-
skeleton golem.
But yeah, but I'm just surprised that it has it actually able to do that. But besides that, nothing in I forget what's that area place again. I need to open up map. Sorry.
Udras, Malakir,
Nimana? I think it's Nimana. No, it's Gudras. Gudras has more of those stuff. Nothing there. They're just disturbing because a lot of things just there.
Did he even gesture when he walks towards this, or he
No.
just automatically become like this?
but he did pause for a bit.
Maybe he did cast a spell. You never know.
So Sony's gonna ask Nerif, "Do you think that's like a pet? Is that
Does he
considered
even
a
talk?
pet?
More like a guard.
Does it need to be fed? I wonder."
How tall is this thing?
Is
It's about 11 feet tall.
Does
Oh,
it
it's-
Dang.
it's
It's
bone. I
bone?
don't think
It's
it
all
just-
smells.
bones, there's no
It's just
smell.
normal.
Yeah.
It's been a
It's
while.
bone, so I don't think it smells.
Okay. But yeah, she's pretty excited about it. Rosa is wary, kind of like, dude, I hope I don't need to fight that.
Yeah, Brady passed by and he keeps an eye on the thing.
Actually, now I look at the second glance at it, it just a little bit reminds me of the face of many gods, just because his face also made of many skeleton heads.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, though, there's no judgment returned from the bony pile.
Rosa has a thought about it.
Hmm.
I wonder if it's vulnerable to blood damage, is what she thinks.
What?
Hey, it's a good thought. Okay. I think
We do have a warhammer if it comes down to it.
but let us continue on. I know this is a very odd object.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyone leads you on further into a room, and I will provide no picture here because you don't need that, where you find a man strapped onto an operating table.
What?
Do I recognize this man?
Reminds me of home.
Who is this man's?
Well, there's shredded ropes around the person, which well,
Oh, it's Myron Voss, isn't it?
You met red robe people, you met bluish people. This one's in black.
Does
Oh, the
Oh.
countess from Agadim.
it look injured?
Yes.
Well, if he is interrogating, yes.
Yes, like, at what stage of dismemberment is it in?
Okay. All the limbs are still attached,
Mm-hmm.
but anyone has done some unique work here that give me an Arcana check, Nerif.
Arcane.
I'm not sure how Rosa feels about that.
Can I do a medicine check to see how far this interrogation has gone?
Sure.
What do I roll?
16.
How alive is this person? Is it medicine
Okay.
check?
Well, Alara can tell that the man is unconscious but alive.
Okay.
The injuries are deliberately designed to avoid anything crucial.
What did my Arcana check give me?
And Nerith, you make out immediately from the way the man is played like imagine the Vesuvian Man by Da Vinci.
Nice.
So from the way he's played, it resembles a basic pentagram shape, but elaborate work has been done over the skin work and the nails, the teeth, the eyes, and so on and so forth. Delicate work, carving, engraving, and scraping, removal of little parts and here to treat it like parchment, and basically your guess is that anyone is drawing the pattern of a ley line on this person.
I like bend over and get a closer look. A lot of work.
Indeed.
I assist him by illuminating whatever he's looking at.
What do I roll to see how disgusted I am by it?
That's your choice.
Barry is not even looking at.
I don't think
He's
Rosa
not saying
likes
anything.
this.
Yeah.
I do not know how
He is standing away from this.
Rosa looks to Alara and sees her helping. It's like, I guess that's a soldier thing, and then looks to Verity and is like, yep, that's a more appropriate response.
Out of character, it's not a soldier thing. It's a Vitalanos thing.
For a moment, he doesn't know if he wants to or do not want to, because it feels like it looks so much like home that he doesn't want to.
Moment sees blood and salivates.
As Moment fed recently.
No, as you already know.
He lost one hit
He's
point.
salivating.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. I am contemplating not looking at the same time.
Give me a wisdom saving.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Please don't eat the graffiti man.
Fight the man.
No, please,
Slurp.
be strong.
Slurp.
Moment, be strong. Moment,
Oh,
be strong.
very strong. So strong.
Strong.
You
Too
resist
strong.
the urge to feed. on the congealed ley lines and all that.
Ew.
And so Anowen explains, as you might surmise, the pattern on this man is an approximation of the shape of the ley lines across Zendika and the points of power, though this was before the mountain was moved or the creature within, and now the Kraken. And now you understand why I try to monitor them and am displeased by disruption.
Yes. I take it the one in the crypts is still fine.
That is the first place I always check. So, let us begin your lesson. He turns to look at Verity and Rosa. Kindly pay attention.
Yes. Rosa answers. Sony doesn't.
No, Rosa.
Sony grimaces at that body thing, but she doesn't like it much either.
To learn, you must bear witness. And Sahil just put a hand on Verity's shoulder and says, there are worse things in the Mercy Killer headquarters. You can do this.
Sile's like, look at these delicate knife strokes. So shallow.
So dainty, so classy.
Excellent knife work. Clap.
It's like, should we call you Dexter?
Newfound respect.
Verity, do you need my wisdom?
No, he'll just turn his head back to look at Anowen, I suppose. He's not saying anything. No, he's just watching.
Observe. And, okay, who's not looking at the display? Because anyone will make sure everyone's looking first.
Well, since I already made the wisdom saving throw, I might as well look.
I notice moments restraint. You really should look into eating regularly.
Oh, are you hungry?
And also you, I want to say that. Never mind, just do this first.
I look up. How's Rosa doing?
Kind of face.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm not affected by this, I'm not affected by this, oh, and I'm affected by this.
it's like, I think for the first time you see, oh, glorious leader look at you and then give like the daintiest of smiles, like, it's gonna be okay, man. And then she turns back.
The only thing she doesn't want to learn.
Lara's like, oh, it's her first
Verity
time.
will give you a pat on your head.
Like,
It's like the first time Rosa doesn't want to learn anything, but I guess...
it's okay,
Verity
friend.
gives you a pat on the head.
Thank you.
Okay, so everyone says, the lesson commences. Observe. He takes one hand of this Vitruvian man, Vesuvian, whatever it is, and lifts it so that by lifting it, it causes a change in your height. And you can see blood start to well up along the surfaces of the lines, further illuminating the ley lines as they travel in an intricate but very calculated algorithm pattern along the skin, the broken nails, down the arm, towards the torso.
That's actually very cool. Even though it's disgusting, it's very
It doesn't
cool.
look painful, right? So it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, the person is unconscious. And as the blood flows, and no one just points out the pattern, saying, these will be important to remember.
Okay then, I'm going to write it down in my notebook.
Yes, let's
I'm
take
gonna-
note of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna write notes and detail the carvings actually.
gonna write it at the last page of my notebook because I don't usually go to there.
I'm not sure why, but I have a clipboard in my items. Does anyone else have a clipboard?
I don't have a clipboard.
Are you used to be a secretary?
No,
I
he's the testing
I don't
boss.
know where I would have gotten one, but I have one.
Oh, no.
So,
There's a meme
perfect.
there's a meme whereby some people cannot get rid of the clipboard in a game, and you might be them.
Okay. So, I can't remember which of you actually saw a surface of a Hedron before.
Oh.
All of us, right? Didn't we go to somewhere where there were lots of them?
Oh,
There
that's
were
the
broken
remnants.
Hedron whole pieces before, right? In the coastline. Well, partially.
Which of you had a very good close-up of Hedron surfaces and the carvings on them?
Well, I mean, the crab was throwing it at us, so
Yeah, but you weren't admiring the carvings when it was being thrown at you.
Yeah. So if you said that details, I don't think
I don't.
even
No.
Moment has been that close before. So
Have we gone to look at one before?
Not in detail.
Not in detail.
You were planning to look one at Ula Temple and Emiria you have seen, but you didn't go to those places yet,
Yep.
I guess.
No,
Well,
not
we
yet.
went to Ula Temple, but we haven't went to Emiria.
No, I think you didn't go
No,
up
we
to the
didn't go
Hedrons above.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
stayed
go
in
out.
Ula Temple.
The field trip was cut short.
Sad.
Bastards, man, ruining
Yeah.
the experience for everyone.
Okay. Those of you looking and getting it, or well, Nero, give me another Arcana check here.
Arcana check.
Roll
Let's see.
high.
Do I want to use my portent? No, my portents are not high this day.
If it's not high, then don't. Then.
No.
10, I should have used the portent.
Okay. Next highest I think is Rosa, right? Arcana.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
I'm just copying. Copy. Look. Copy.
At a
Same.
point like that, you should have used your potents, but you never know.
Yeah, you never
Already a
know.
+9 feels quite
Yeah.
secure, almost.
So
like-
it's just Arcana, right?
yeah.
And my portent is like a 4 and a 7.
Ooh, tasty.
Almost, but
Okay. So, Rosa, you immediately get the gist of what Anoan is trying to present. The carvings on this person, like, other than being aligned in a way to the ley line interpretation across Zendikar, the carvings on this man sort of resemble the outside surface carvings of Hedron.
okay. I kind of mumble that out. That looks like. I think he's trying to try to make it look like the surface of the hero.
I've not actually had the opportunity to see one up close before.
Or me neither, but I think that's probably what it would look like.
Anoan continues to hold it that way and let the blood flow slowly travel along and illuminate the rest of the lines along the body as they go up, down, and well, he unceremoniously removes the towel covering the person's lower half also to illustrate how it travels there. The person is fortunately face down. Observe.
We continue our observation.
Anyone
Is
bothered by the man's lower half?
Wait, what?
No.
Why would it bother us? Is there anything particular?
Because there's a junk and a butt.
It's naked, basically.
Ah.
Yeah, there's a junk and a butt.
it's a butt in the scrotes.
So do you know Rosa, yes?
Rosa's like, ah.
It's like, cover face.
You were fine a minute ago.
It's like the two things that she doesn't like.
And the one sort of like taps the table to get her attention.
Right. dissection, yes. Look out.
The demonstration takes a while to complete, and after that, Anoan says, "This is the first, most basic form of creating a binding rune, a replication of an existing one.
Is it to be done on an actual body that is living, or can it be done but activated by a living body?
It is harder to separate the binding rune from its power source, though possible. In this case, this serves a double purpose. The binding rune must require power from somewhere." He motions to the man. "When this one gets up, it will be a functioning binding rune until it attaches onto a target to be binded, in which case it will rapidly form the concealment and containment."
I have a question since I have to learn it anyway.
Wait, so binding runes are people?
Or someone or something that
Something
is
that gives power.
yeah.
Essentially,
yeah.
what it is he's creating a battery that will attach itself to something, and then the battery will build a shell. So it's building pylons.
Will it be?
Okay, but there's my question. That's where I want to ask. Does there have a specific requirement on this substance that you are building on? Like, does it have to be arcane focus? Does it not have to be arcane focus? Do the creature needs to be empowered by some way, shape, or form before you do this?
Yeah. He's the
What's Woman asking? Is there anything special about this person? Is it?
Like, is there any special requirements if you want to do if you do it like what he's doing? Like, does this person have to be anything special?
And no one just looks at you and says, "The strength of the source of power determines its potency."
So we have no idea.
That explains the phoenix and the kraken.
Yeah, so those were binding runes. then.
They
They were used to form the seal.
It would last very, very long, unlike this one. But this is an experimental budget option.
How long will this one last, so to speak?
That is for the field test.
Ah,
Right.
that makes sense.
And is he going to be cooperative?
Look at the lack of limbs. Well,
I don't think he has no.
Oh, yes, all the the body is still intact, but the skin has just been like drawn over.
peeled.
Horribly.
Okay. Alright.
I will be controlling it.
Right.
You simply
course.
need to keep it intact until it makes contact with the target.
Is the target a ley
Should not be
line,
too difficult.
or is it something more specific?
I am considering using it for the late Myron Vosk.
That is still within the tome. Oh, yeah.
You say something about baiting. How will we go about doing that?
I nod.
Go to the tomb without your protection.
It's easy enough.
I
Oh.
nod. That should work. The same tomb we found him in.
Well, I might remember where I left off that area. Maybe we can check from there since the last time we went there, the portal has been destroyed. So,
It will not be the same tomb. You have seen how they can reshape stone.
right.
I
But the
make
entrance
a
might be
face.
still there, isn't it? Or unless they shape
Unless
it.
they've moved it.
Likely.
Unlikely. Huh?
We need to conceal the rune. As I understand, Verity's spell can be cast on it.
It is unlikely to require concealment, as it does not have a mind or presence to be read.
I nod. I
The
look
only
around.
question is keeping it intact.
We can do that.
Is it capable of defending itself?
No.
I look at Nerif.
Can't
Hamster.
heal it because then the wounds will close and
Well, there's one thing you can do.
There's
but
hamster
you will
ball.
Use your concentration, which is your hamster ball.
Yep. So I look at Nerif and I'm like,
that only
You
lasts
can-
for like a minute though.
1 minute
So-
only.
Yeah. Well.
Well,
I guess
worth for like bad fights. So we keep him
Yeah.
at the back and then we
Yeah,
fight at the
I
front.
can keep it safe. Like that can be my job.
Yeah. So we
I can
protect.
ask, how long does the procedure take? How long must we hold the quote-unquote Myron Rocks?
Procedure should take place swiftly upon successful contact.
So he
What
just needs to
contact do we need?
touch.
Is he supposed to just go there and hug Myron Vosk?
Essentially,
Hmm.
Should be relatively
We do not
straightforward.
have any people protecting us from the influence of Myron Vosk. We had a person helping, but to get to even Myron Vosk will be difficult.
who was this help?
Wait, you said,
Did out of character because I forgot because it was a long time ago. Did we promise? Did we promise Jace that we wouldn't tell?
yeah, we wouldn't tell.
Oh
Yeah, we
shit!
wouldn't tell.
Oh shit! Who has high charisma? Because this requires lying.
Bertie will say,
Well,
Also,
we have given the person our word that we wouldn't reveal them.
Revealing their name would mean that we are untrustworthy, which means in return we would be untrustworthy towards you as well.
Also, it means he's not going to help us again.
also out of
Exactly.
character, didn't he also want to speak with anyone in some points because he was looking for him as well?
Yeah, but didn't he say he doesn't want anybody to know that he was there? Like anyone is somebody that he
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to like bamboozle into meeting.
Yeah.
Like surprise, I'm here, and then
I'll
anyone's
say
like the
that,
fuck.
well, so like said person secretly does want to meet you.
That's a thing that nerve.
Yeah,
Can't
but
tell
Well,
you who they are, but they're
Wait,
looking for
they're
you.
looking for you.
oh, that's
Very.
Anonymous, you know, anonymous.
okay. Yeah, so that's out
Synonymous.
of character just for my refresher anyway. So.
And Owen stiffens slightly and says, "What were the circumstances of your meeting?"
Mind wipe. We lost our memories for a week.
Long story short, we technically can finish looking into the temple much sooner. Might we not lost our mind with 2 weeks or maybe more or less of don't know what we are doing.
Our memories were replaced. So were those of the entirety of the city. And this person stepped in and said, if they will help us in return for us keeping them a secret.
also talk that Myron was out of being what he is, but in the end he became this.
Also, I'm also like Alara's also like furrowed her brows like, whoa, yeah, I forgot about that. That was kind of shit.
Wait, you don't remember that?
No, she's just like unhappy that it happened. She's like, meh.
Yeah, the whole memory jumble thing wasn't fun at all.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I was dressed as a clown for a week.
Yeah, and you lost your hat, lol.
Lol.
And no one smiles and says, that was the property of Myron Vosk. If it is no longer him, you need not worry about your memories.
Oh, so meaning that he maybe doesn't have the ability to mind what people anymore.
That's fine, but the creature that
I simply just opt to destroy you.
exactly the creature that has taken over Myron Vosk's body did murder several people really quickly, might I add.
And if it was not for the help of the person, they might not even be here.
We made a very hasty retreat.
Is there anything that you could help with that creature's mind stunning properties?
And no one nods and says, I can offer some limited protection.
That would be useful. If you were to give this binding rune a chance.
And no one will offer to cast Mind Blank on one of you who's going in. One of you.
So who
Who is some? Okay, I would vote for Nerif because he's protecting.
Verity.
Yeah, both Nerif and Verity have 8 wisdom, so you know.
Oh yeah, that's
Targets.
yeah. My
Well,
wisdom's
thankfully,
pretty
I think
okay.
we're both proficient in the wisdom save, right?
Yes.
So we have a +3.
Yeah,
who's more important?
but I would feel like Nerif failing that is more problematic than Verity is.
Wait,
just
can
because
you-
you
can
have
you-
concentration spells, you want to keep someone alive.
Can it be done on Verity's like pearl of whatever?
No, it does not.
Damn it!
I think that
No.
would be OP.
That
Yeah.
is only for Verity his own spell.
That being said, who was hit by the effect last time? Verity.
Verity a lot of times.
No, as in hit by the thing that it did.
The what?
When Myron Voss turned, who was hit by the effect?
Oh, I was not even in the encounter.
No, it
No,
was.
yeah. So Sony.
It is-
I was hanging out
Aurora?
outside with Moment. Like, yo, where are these idiots? Why are they still there?
I
Aurora, Verity, Rosa.
Okay.
think I was okay.
The three of you can roll Arcana check.
Oh snatch!
Wait, who?
Do you think I am
Okay,
no
well,
good
you
at?
guys
Aurora, Verity, and Rosa.
At least
Our
Rosa is there.
God.
At least Rosa-
What is this?
Rain.
Rosa, why?
I mean,
Do we have inspiration? I don't have any inspiration anymore.
I have
I
gotten.
used my
I've used it.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Okay.
I finished mine.
I still have mine.
Would you like to describe what happened?
wait, what?
Who
Their
described what?
heads all exploded.
Yeah, their heads.
Oh, you mean that?
Well, no, wait. Rosa didn't see much of that head exploding.
It's basically Verity who saw the head explode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Verity, okay, and no one will say this. Curious. So you were affected, but the others in the vicinity were not as well. Perhaps it is not quite as unreliant on sight as it appears.
So it project waves.
What is he curious about?
I think
Nerif, you can make an Arcana check from this.
yeah, it means like the thing needs to see you in order to cast on you.
But if it doesn't require sight, it means something else.
Because
Oh,
some spells you have to see the target in order
Okay.
to target them.
Narrative, you're able to identify the effect of what happened, and I will send you a message to let you see how you want to describe this.
You mean the whole scream thing, or is it a different thing?
No.
The scream thing that's
It's a psychic scream that's
yeah,
supposed to
that's
kill all of us.
the stun, but for the other people, that stun also turned them into that thing.
What
But
does
you
the
guys
narrative
didn't.
realize?
Alara's still thinking about who should take it, Nerif or Verity.
Okay.
Is it much worse than you think it is?
Alright. I'm familiar with this spell or effect.
Nice.
The creature can only target those that it can see. If we have an idea of what kinds of sights we use, we can protect ourselves. Also through use of cover and the like.
Does he apparently have eyes?
We got a head and with just tentacles at his head. I don't see any eyes of the sword.
Well, the spell has a range of 90 feet, so those of you who were in the area but not targeted were clearly obscured. From
Maybe
some-
it has one of those blindside things.
Blindside things
Or
means that you
tremor
can even
sense.
pass through.
Can blindsight see through walls?
Yes, as long as you're walking on surface.
Making sound or vibes.
Thinking face.
I'm not sure about blindside. Like, it depends on what kind of
Yeah,
blindside.
which
I think there
version
are
of
different kinds
blindside?
of blindsight.
I don't
Yeah.
think if it's in a different
There's
room you can
blindsight and then
blindside
there's
it.
tremor sense.
Yeah, tremor sense
I
is
think
different.
tremor sense, it can detect you. if
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah.
But
I think
since
it's
covered by
blindside.
water, right? I don't think it's using tremor sense.
Was it covered by water?
It was slowly flooding,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
they were kind of partially submerged, like leg length by water. I know Rosa was having difficult terrain problems.
I see.
well,
But
tremor
I also
sense.
vote that Nerif got the mind blind because Nerif needs to protect the man.
Yeah.
If
The man. Essentially, we need to get the man's near enough
Yeah.
so that we can release the hamster ball, and then the guy will hug Myron Vosk.
Yeah, also on side note, because we are going, maybe because that temple might already be submerged, well, that crypt is submerged, so might need to switch arsenal. If people that is using ranged weapon might need to think if you want to use ranged weapon or not.
I think
And
putting it
then-
on Verity might be better because he tends to be in front,
True.
being the victim of things. Whereas I can just like stay
Focus.
far away and
Do
not
I
participate,
have-
and that's kind of fine.
Any further questions for anyone for the time being? Otherwise, he will give you your time and space to rest and discuss and prepare.
Well,
Okay.
given the time, we should be able to. And then I look at Nerif and I look at everybody else. We should be able to move out tomorrow, actually.
And then we take. If we finish it by tomorrow, we can have another day to rest and then go back to the library in a few days' time to get to the Sky Ruins, right?
We do need to also get kitted up for underwater combat, just in case.
Well.
Well, the main thing we need to do is just for me to get this guy, to get the rune like
Near
to
enough.
the big base, right?
Yep.
But there will be, remember there will be other champions that he has converted, so it won't be that easy.
What if?
Well,
Well,
Unless you
quite hard
dimension
for
door
me
the
to just-
guy.
Yeah, I just dimension door it right into his face. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking it might not be that easy, but we can try. That's definitely one of the plans.
Yeah, that's one of the
But
plans.
it puts Nerf in danger.
I don't know how many HP you have and how many HP I have comparison, but I think I can do that for you because I have dimension door as well.
Right. and we have telepathic bond.
Do we still have it? Or you can?
Well, we
I
can,
have
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, before we do this planning, what else?
Warning: a telepathic bond has a kickback if you get hit by psychic damage.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You don't wanna
Let's
do
not.
that because he has psychic damage. That guy has psychic damage.
How does it? What happens? Like if one person takes damage, everyone takes damage. Is that how it works? Or
It's like a feedback loop.
You know, I'll say that it will divide the damage by everyone affected.
Maybe you don't want to put it on very
I feel like dividing the damage.
So you can think of it as the best warding bond ever or the worst warding bond ever.
Okay.
If his target
seems
single
like
target,
a value.
Does
That means that people who usually don't take damage. Like,
does mind blank affect telepathic bond?
Let me just check mind blank.
I think my blank shuts you off from all the psychic
Everything
things,
can.
so telepathic bond will
One willing creature you touch is immune to psychic damage, any effect that would sense its
Yeah.
emotions or read its thoughts, divination spells, and the charm condition.
Yeah. So the
Yeah,
person who gets it will
break the
not.
telepathic
Yeah.
bond.
Okay, so Verity won't be part of the.
No.
So we're in agreement that Verity gets it.
Also, the constant. If you guys are doing concentration spell, you might not want to be linked. Otherwise, you have to keep making
Yeah.
Fair.
concentration checks every time anyone
But
gets it.
are we in agreement that Verity's getting the mind blank? Yes.
yes.
Okay. I point to Verity. I think our best bet to bestow anybody with that spell would be Verity. He's at the front all the time.
Agreed.
Very well. Inform me when you are ready to move out.
Do we have any more questions to ask our character?
I don't think so.
Is there? It might be much of us to ask, but do you have any other locations for circles? What was it? Teleportation circles, so that we may move freely to and from places.
Right. Where is this place actually?
It is below the office. And for the time being, I will withhold knowledge on other circles in case you're compromised by the mission.
Understood.
Out of character, did we tell him that his circle is
No, we did not.
underwater and
Just-
kind of unusable?
Do you want to tell him?
I think you should.
I think you should tell him because I completely forgot.
By the way, the circle in Tazim is not the most convenient of locations. And then I explain how the entire, that section of the temple is underwater.
And there's
How
like
we have kind of relinquished control of it to this creature. Minor image this creature.
yep.
It was quite fun.
Also, we thought of one very, well, they call it O1 or something.
Yeah. And then I point to the minor image. Is this also one of those things that you were speaking about?
Not remotely close. If it uses a language, it is not an Eldrazi.
But is it one of its like children or minions?
I do have a question. Do you know the nature of this Maranos creature? Are all Belarusi?
It is an Eldrazi. It is an irregularity. Do not expect conventional physics or sciences to apply to it.
I see. Have they been here long before you did? In this world?
Yes.
I see. Are they related to the...
Verity will just stop there.
never mind.
And no one will say also, I will cross that circle off then, he tells Neris. The next circle to Seagate is not convenient either. Do you enjoy mountains?
I look at the.
I take out my old map that I copied from the old globe.
Right, right.
So based on what I remember,
How far are we
mountains.
looking at?
Which mountain are we talking about?
We've had some experience with mountains.
But there are two sets of, well, two very long mountains, depending on which side he drop us on.
Yeah.
This one is slightly closer to the range that will hold the Myriad Sky runes.
Oh, in that case, that would be the left side, which is still a lot of mountain.
That would
Depends.
actually
If we get to
be.
Seagate, we can use our contacts in the library to gain access to Emiria.
It may take you a day of walking from this point
To get to Seagate or to get to the sky?
to get to Seagate.
That is fine, I think.
We cannot do this soon. We
I
can make
suppose
do
things
our
could
own.
be worse.
Yes.
Yes. We
Just
should do so.
recycle my dungeon?
Damn it.
At least we don't see recycled dungeon again. The plan of using 2-dimension door has now gone.
Why Arcana?
My bad.
Two
No, I
three,
was
2 3.
trying to what? My screen went to sleep. I should actually change that. Stop.
Okay. So anyway, anyone tells you you have your time to prepare if you have no further questions for him.
Cool. I have no further questions.
I think I'm fine.
Okay, we prepare. We need
Also,
we need
cover
we
the
need
junk?
weapons.
Can we at least cover the jungle?
It's just a what? Relax.
No,
Oh,
she's
yes.
not looking at it anymore. It's okay. Do whatever you want with
the
it.
binding rune be clothed?
No finding.
That would defeat the purpose.
Rosa,
Whoop.
you're gonna have to get used to some junk.
I don't have to start it, right?
You
Well-
can stand behind me if it bothers you.
That's not that bad.
Verity will say to Rosa, you can stand behind the metal man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alara hears
Long
that's
line
not
of
that
sight.
bad, and then Alara will look at the balls like, it's pretty bad. Okay.
How dead does the man
is
look? Does he actually look like a jerky man? Is he
No,
like,
no, he's not dead. He's still alive.
He's-
but
he's
is
just
he
real
malnourished
cut up.
looking?
Okay, imagine someone told you to fit like the hieroglyphics from 2000 Egyptian books onto one person.
how?
Nice tat.
He just does a lot of carvings on it.
Yeah,
Heavily tatted.
he's scarred.
But otherwise, he's not like near skin and bones sort of thing.
He's not emaciated.
No, I mean there's enough flesh to hold the canvas together.
Yeah.
So he's not mummy at least.
No, and I mean if he shriveled up, whatever, the skin would start falling apart, and that would defeat the purpose.
Yeah. So
So
he's
this method of creating a binding rune works best on living people.
living and
Yes,
healthy.
Verity will try not to think about it too much and question things before he starts doing things. He's just gonna. Okay.
Out of character. Hey, at least you can use criminal to bind runes.
That's the
Verity will not accept that.
Yeah, but that's why I said out of
happened
character.
in last arc, you know.
But the Mercy Killers will.
That's why I say out of character. At least you can do that.
Effective
I'm
of so and all that.
as he takes us out to a place to rest. I'm going to last question. Is there an armory?
Oh, I have a question too.
Anyone considers this and says it is mostly antique. I'm not certain if anything would fit any of you.
I look at the range people. Like, well, anything that is usable in combat underwater would help, I'm sure,
Alright.
if push comes to shove.
Also, in the event the binding rune fails after several seconds, do we just dispose of the creature?
By all means.
We nod.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No further questions.
Do you have like any rapiers I can use?
And no one motions for you to follow.
Okay. I follow.
So we return to this place here, where no one walks out this way.
We're going to the junk room. Yes, junk room.
Yeah, let's go.
I follow, expecting that thing to also up and walk.
Imagine it became a metal golem and just up and walk.
It does get out.
Sweet.
Good job.
Good job.
I'm so glad we told him before we came back. Otherwise, we'd have to fight all these things.
Oh, that metal golem looks shiny though.
The piece of rust and metal and everything gathers together into some kind of a composite form that
I want this friend.
humanoid in shape.
Wait, now that I
Right,
look,
this I just came back.
okay. So we
One
Alara,
curiously looks at the pile of books. I want to know what the book golem is.
Oh, the metal thing turned into an ancient
Yeah.
golem.
now that I look at it, the center piece looks like a goddamn bell.
Yeah, it looks like a bell.
It's making all bells.
Or like a keyhole.
It's a keyhole.
Yeah,
It ain't me.
keyhole.
Oh, it's. Oh, I see the bell
Made
now.
to unlock.
Yeah, like
It's
like
a
small
cat bell. It's
jingle.
Doraemon.
Yeah, like the jingle ones.
It's the
Michael,
Doraemon.
It's like what
Yeah?
cat calls.
can Rosa make like some sort of a check to see what it might be weak to? Because, skeleton, blood damage.
But the skeleton, the skeletal thing, is it?
Like, no, this metal thing. It's like, I don't know what
Heals
it
when
might
you hit it with fire. We learned this.
The hard way.
lightning on it.
Okay. Actually, give me an Arcana check.
Arcoon.
Akun Namatara.
23.
23. Okay, I'll say combined with moment study of the thing inside the armory. This seems, even though its design is more elaborate and antiquated, it seems similar to the thing in the forge.
So
No.
no fire, at least no fire.
Thing that heals when you hit it with fire.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
use
no,
We
fire.
learned this.
Right, no fire.
Bludgeoning
No fire.
damage good.
Glad I asked.
That was a very sad.
In fact, like it's very hard to hurt without a non-magical means.
Yeah, Rosa's gonna be like, yep, I'm gonna be useless on that thing.
Question. Every one of us has a magical
Weapon.
weapon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I do.
Good to know.
Yeah,
But you deal magical
Even
damage.
Tony, I give you
Yeah.
back the
I
ball.
don't have.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, both my girls has magical range damage.
That is good.
Yeah.
If we're fighting
Just
underwater,
be like bop.
they have dumb damage.
Just
Right.
bop.
Well, I think Sony can have a shadow blade, so Rose doesn't have anything.
Wait, can we?
Yeah,
What was it
lightning
like? Magical weapons spell or something like that?
Oh yeah, I have lightning arrow,
I think
but
clerics have
arrow
that, but
is
it's
so
kind of like a not very good spell.
Yeah.
Anyway, Enoan leads you into the armory,
Okay, let's
Big
go.
fan of
Armory.
and Moment gets a very strong sense of nostalgia at seeing racks upon racks and stands of distinctly vampiric designed items.
typical old vampire man.
With his collection of items.
Why do we have so much collection of the same?
Is this what all other vampires do?
I don't do that. Now that I think about it.
I mean, when you're old enough, you start collecting things, okay?
The stereotype
Let's
is
keep
true.
going.
That being said, give me a perception check moment.
Okay, sure. Not that great, but still good enough, I guess. Perception check. That's around. No, yeah, not that great.
Okay. Well, you don't quite make much sense of the collection being blinded by the sheer amount of nostalgia in your face.
I don't see anything unique in there, just because too many.
Okay. Sony's looking for a rapier, is it?
Rose.
Rose.
Sony should look for like a trident or a water-friendly thing.
Should I?
I mean, Rose.
Okay. Give me a D100 roll, Sony.
You never know if you roll a magical item.
89.
Oh.
89.
Don't know
That's
how
a
it's good.
big number.
Before long, Rosa does find a rapier. That's like all vampiric stuff, it seems ornate and over-the-top filigree and such. Maybe a delicate fencing notion. Although this one does seem a bit unusual in that there's unfamiliar language or words along the side of it.
What language is it?
I can help you decipher it.
The vampire.
It's like, hey, woman, is this one of your language things?
She call out, I go see.
Yes,
It's vampire speak.
First off, is it vampiric? If it's not, then what does it say?
Okay, moment. I think I should type you the message instead.
Okay, sure.
It says Domino's Pizza.
Oh, if it's first item, I just call her to drop it.
7552525.
Pizza Hut to ba? Dulu.
Pizza Hut number, why is it on the
And
plate?
I feel like having a Domino's.
Domino's pretty good.
Domino's. Yo, just saying.
Not cheap though. Damn.
I'm going to assume this is not vampiric, right? Since you're typing to me.
Oh.
Since it's still typing, so.
You can read it.
I was gonna tell
understand it.
Ben. Sahara has pizza and it's pretty damn nice.
Oh, it is? I saw it on the menu.
It
but-
is
Wait,
good.
Sahara has pizza now.
Yeah.
Sahara has pizza
We're
now.
gonna
They have,
go-
like, the
It's
menu.
super good. I recommend.
Ah, okay.
Second best thing after burger.
I find it so hard to not order my usual order when I'm there.
I know it's the same, but the pizza is my new favorite. But they have a non-calzone zone.
Okay, I've seen it, and then and then moments like, interesting.
What does it say?
It might be fitting to what we are attempting to do.
Alright.
To slay tentacle beasts, never use again.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Is
It
this
was
a
Since
one-time
never
thing?
use again.
Yeah, but it says it used to slay a tentacle beast, and then it just said never use again.
Does that mean don't?
This
Does that mean don't use it anymore?
How curious are you to find out more about this
I'm
item?
super fucking
I
curious.
feel like it's
Are you curious enough to spend 250 gold on it?
Oh, legend lore.
Legend lore.
I will pay you. I will pay you that 250 gold.
To know more,
Money.
Are you telling me Nerf doesn't have identify?
please
Identify
identify.
usually doesn't give you like
Lore.
But
this
it
kind of thing.
it does give you what magic it has though.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you what is that.
Okay,
what
okay.
word it means.
Let's
If you just
okay.
want to know what magic it has, just attune to it for an hour.
What if it's bad? I
if it's
say
cursed?
I say we identify and then we
Identify
legend
doesn't
lore.
tell you if it's cursed.
That's true also.
I
You have to take the
suggest
risk.
we identify first and then we legend lore so that the legend lore doesn't give us identification stuff because that's what it does.
That's what it can do.
It's like, oh, this is, hey, legend lore, what is this? It's a sword. Fuck you.
No, I mean, Legend Lore doesn't do anything if it has no legendary significance.
But this one doesn't feel like it's legendary significance, right?
I'll ask
Alright.
Neri for more clarification. Hey Neri, it seems like this thing is a bit special. Do you think
Special.
it's magic? And I pass it to Neri.
Alright. Give me a moment.
Identify.
I wait for 10 minutes. I wait for...
So while it's waiting for 10 minutes, I think
We look for more stuff.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for something that So Rosa found the rapier. But was it Rosa who wanted the rapier or Sony?
Rosa. Sonia has Shadow Blade. She thinks she might be fine.
I want to find something for Verity because he doesn't have like water things. He has a sword.
So either Triton.
Water things?
A spear.
Right.
You.
A spear?
Give the man spear.
Give the man a spear. I look for a spear.
A spear is not a rich weapon, but though.
But it bonks you in the water
He just wants to be able to use it in the water.
without
Yes,
disadvantages.
lance, though.
Is a lance a water
Lance is
thingy?
really bad for non-mounted combat.
Okay,
Swing that around.
I know you have your unicorn that you want to summon, but
It has been like how many sessions since we last see her? I kind of miss her.
Arya.
Can Arya be like one of those like horse with the
Become the seahorse, Arya.
Arya can totally come out when we do the day trek to Seagate. Totally. Also, yes, I look for a spear that can help Verity.
A
Hopefully.
spear, okay, and like a typical spear, right? Okay. So
Something
let's
is magic, I
roll
hope.
me a D100.
campus.
Please be good. Oh, 50, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
also while searching, since Narrative is doing that, I do want to add though, it does seems like it is not written by the maker, but written by someone else.
Yes, obviously. Otherwise, it wouldn't have told you what it's been used for.
Okay. So Verity does find a spear that's being held by another one of those ornamented armor suits.
Oh, I found it.
Alara finds it. Okay.
How does it? What?
There's writing along the spear as well.
Okay,
I
I'll
have no idea.
I tap Moment and ask him if he can bekeep me with that reading
Very
shit.
flowery, pretty spear and quite vicious on the end as well. So Moment reads it.
yes, I'll
Sure.
read it.
Yes.
Let's hope it's not magical part that just psychic damage me when I read it.
The illiterate spear.
If it just right spear, I would just like it's just
Spear.
nothing.
It's a spear.
It's just a spear. It's nothing.
There's nothing special. It's just a spear that looks pretty. Stop questioning.
This one is used to make kebabs.
Okay, so again, Moment says, interesting. But I don't. I look at Verity and then I look back at this spear. I feel like it doesn't fit him.
I look at the spear and I'm like, okay.
It says no pain, no gain.
I look at Verity. I'm like, Verity, you work out, right? Here, have some gains.
I feel like this one is more towards Sasha, but this Verity. Yeah, I feel like it's if Sasha, not Sasha, Sayul, more.
Yeah, it's definitely a Sayul thing.
Verity is using it, I get-
No, it is Mudhoof.
Yeah.
Mirko. It's a Mirko thing.
I don't
By the
see
way,
it
needless to
anywhere.
say, you may not sell anything given or blend from Enoa.
I'm assuming
course.
we're giving it back after
Yeah,
these
of course.
shenanigans.
Just a loan.
Yeah. I mean, if,
Right actually like passes it to Sion? Questioningly?
No, just use it for yourself.
I mean, we can identify later.
Yeah, well, he's casting Identify now, so.
20 minutes.
No, I don't think there's anything ranged weapon underwater that can use for.
I'll pass it back to
Advantage.
Verity.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm good. If anything, I'll help Moment look for something. I will give him the help action.
So I'm thinking, should I look for a rapier or should I look for a shield?
You're gonna. I don't know.
Because rapier, I already can just infuse it with my hex warrior thingy to make it a +1 magical weapon. So should I do
I
shield?
have to say, because mercy killers have an armory full of weapons.
Well, Sayo, the first thing Sayo does is remark like, this thing looks like it would break if I were to sneeze a bit hard at it. But it's still intact, so maybe it means something.
It's very ornamented. Something like a
Okay, I
silver
might as well do. I'll do another rapier search. Might as well find something unique. So D100 is it DM?
Yeah,
With help action, so 2 D100.
sure.
Since Alara is helping. Okay.
By the way, all these weapons, right? Does it look very distinctly vampiric?
90 and 41.
So if we bring it around in Seagate, people will be like, "Oh no, it's a vampire weapon."
Well, if you bring it around
Yes.
plain sight, yes.
Yes, so let's hide it until we get to the place.
Yes, yeah.
Because they're gonna realize that, hey, those weapons are pretty...
So 90 I hope is not the same as 89, so
What do you get for numbers? 90 and 41. Well, 90, you do find something similar to what was found originally. As for the other one, let me quickly check this.
Does Nerif want to get some spells?
Oh, we can
this
go
is
to the
unreal.
book room!
I don't think there's anything in particular I'm after.
Are you sure?
Big B's hand?
I
Can
have.
we...
you already
Oh,
have
you
it
already
here.
have. Okay.
Like, wizards are always seeking more spells.
No, I think my list is happy as it is.
Okay.
My list is happy. I have
should
already
not be
picked these.
greedy.
A pearl of power. Try to find one. Something like that.
I
Maybe
shall.
something to let
Are you
Nerif defend
mentioning
himself better.
Or
Sorry?
something to charge his
Cloak of protection for Nerif.
Okay, this is
Or like
a
amulet of health.
this vampiric blade that the other vampiric blade that Moment sees is something that he's seen before being equipped by some of the higher ranking guards of the house.
Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
Higher ranking pointy things.
Magical.
Don't know, is it ornamental? Does it have words?
It's functional. There are no words on it.
So it might be just ornamental then.
It looks a bit too functional.
Okay, so just very fashionable weapon.
Does nobody have detect magic?
I do.
he's
But
doing
Nerif,
detect
Nerif is identify.
Identify
Yeah.
each of the
Okay.
things that
Yeah.
you guys are handing me.
Thanks, Fran.
Okay. Nerif finishes identifying the first item,
Alright, first
and
time.
I will send it to him.
Sony sees everyone finding stuff and is like, oh my god, I want as well. But,
As Sony is like running toward the pile, I call out, it's not good to be greedy, Sony.
I'm not greedy, I'm poor.
Only take what you
Fair.
need.
Alright.
You already have your.
I do have detect magic, but I don't have it prepared.
It's okay.
It's okay. Well, I found a regular rapier. Do you want one, Sony?
I have a regular rapier.
Mm,
And
this
then,
is-
I
this-
suppose.
Wait, I thought it was a sword.
No, why do I need a sword if I'm going to the water?
Fair. A rapier.
Domino's party box.
But it's just a very cool, high-ranking rapier. There's no magical properties, I think.
Okay, Nerif is identifying the next thing, the spear, is it?
Yes.
What is this?
Okay, who else is looking for something else?
I might as well give the rapier to Nerif to see if it's magical or not, since there's no wording on it.
Nerif's like, guys, stop.
I'm sorry, Nerif, just because I'm not magically inclined and I'm borrowing power from a very higher up
Like,
being.
I legit don't have that in my list at all.
I'm so sorry.
Are you
that-
a Pact of the Blade moment?
Yes, I am.
You can make any weapon, right?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I just want to have it so that at least if circumstances allow that I can have rapier and a crossbow. So I had one physical one.
I hear okay.
Clarification question. For the first one you sent me, right? It specifies that it has an intended wielder.
Whoever uses it will be the intended wielder.
Okay, all right. And it's a rapier, is it?
Yes.
Intended wielder. Oh.
I look at it, and then I would suggest only to attune to this item if you feel like using it for a while.
I
I
can.
think once you pick it up, it would be difficult to put down.
Huh.
So it feels like a cursed item, but it's not.
Rosa opens and closes her mouth, not sure what to say. And then she's like, how? Wait, but it takes a while to attune to it, right? I can't exactly do it when I see the monster in front of us.
Yes.
So, is it easy to unattune?
It will require some time, and then I turn to Alara and Verity. I think we have the resources to do it.
I saw him
I nod.
looking at both of them. I was like, it is cursed.
Yeah, I look at them and I go like, yikes.
It is a powerful weapon, for sure.
I think we can.
Alara close enough to hear this?
Yeah.
Look at the spell.
Everyone can
yeah,
hear it.
come
Yeah.
to everyone.
Alright, okay, so I'm
Yeah.
like, do you trust me enough to use this?
Well, I look at
You are-
Nerif. You want to do that legend lore thing you were telling us about, right?
No, I don't think that will be necessary.
Then I look at Rosa. Your willpower is strong. You stared at a cut up body and it's junk. And you came out fine.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know since we know that that's a curse item. I found another one though. The same one, at least.
Okay.
Ah, so we have two.
So-
Lovely.
But I can put this back. But
Wait,
if you
the
think
same
that
one?
this is more, it's the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the same
So
thing.
if we-
Don't bother.
Alright.
Part of me wants to see Sony wield both of them.
I feel like
It becomes like two jealous girlfriends on each hand. Like what?
What?
Okay. What about
We
the?
do need to spend resources to get rid of it, right?
I have. I wonder if.
How is it expensive to use that spell?
Okay, firstly, is anyone else looking for anything else?
Yeah,
Verity will look for a cloak of the sort, or like something to protect Neri from
something warm and wrappy.
Like-
some clothes, perhaps? Cloak, maybe?
Cloak or some sort.
Roll me a D100.
Roll high, please. I mean, roll good, please.
Well, roll high just give us a curse item, so.
76.
But
Oh.
roll low doesn't seem like giving us good items.
Roll low. You find a pin.
Okay. Verity finds a cloak somehow still intact in this armory that seems to flutter around about dramatically without the wind.
It's the cloak of billowing, isn't it?
I
Yes.
like it.
Verity hands it like so. Neri is like, I found this.
I feel like this is more. I feel like this is more hard.
Okay. The spear, that one's done too.
Oh, thanks.
Were you thinking of using this, Verity?
I'm not sure. What did you find out?
It's a powerful weapon. Not as powerful as... And then I look over to the rapier.
Here? Okay.
But
What's the cost?
if you miss with it, you will suffer the consequences.
Ooh.
Oh no. Put that away, and I'd rather give the rapier to Verity.
But what if the rapier makes Verity rage?
And
You don't want to see a raging Verity?
I mean, not if he cuts us out of character.
Oh, okay. Okay, so don't give
What else does it have?
you asking about the spear?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Since I know that we have our misses and hits, I don't feel like leaving it chance for RNG to miss. Because rolling natural one is not like rare for us.
That is true.
So I don't feel like it's wise to use this weapon at all.
Verity is just going to
No,
inquire more about the nature of the thing.
You will also find it difficult to put down, though not as difficult as the other ones.
Every time Neri says the other one,
What do you mean
Rosa kind of
the,
just
what
look
is the consequences?
The consequences.
Yes.
There's a chance you will be struck by the same amount of damage that you would have dealt
Ooh, no.
Oh,
to
that.
what you were aiming to hit.
No, no.
that means it will hurt someone.
It reminds me of the
Unless,
level X in Fire Emblem.
so unless you are I want to say unless you are barbarian, that weapon is not good.
I agree with my.
We don't have a barbarian.
It can also be thrown further than most spears, and it returns to you immediately after thrown.
Say in the case of Sony and her shield, would it would the damage be half by her ward or would it bypass?
You'll find out if it happens.
Darn.
I don't. Yeah, like again, I say I don't want to find using chance. So might as well not use the spear at all. Give Verity the goddamn rapier.
I don't think he wants any of these cursed items.
True.
Or do you want this regular rapier?
Verity passes back the spear.
I take the
How
spear
about this regular rapier?
and then I put it back.
He will look for a normal spear.
I'm okay. What
Okay, if you're looking
Alara?
for a mundane equipment, then yes, you can easily find it.
Alara's gonna turn around to look at Anowin to see if he's like done with this shit. He's like, these people.
The,
Anowin
Oh,
doesn't
you
seem to
get
be
another.
Faced by.
Anowin seems to be having his own thoughts at the moment, probably formulating whatever next
Oh,
plan.
okay. We're still safe, guys. One rumor is not like pissed.
Okay.
Sony wants to look for something ranged, but I see like the only range finesse thing is like a whip.
It's
No.
Yeah.
it's more like we're
do a lot of
wearied.
damage, though. Whip doesn't do a lot.
Okay, what else are people looking for? Last call.
I don't know, like if we get a mundane spear, I don't feel like it will deal damage to the thing because
Yeah, because it's not magic.
So do you want this regular rapier?
I mean, here's the thing. You could just take it and then think about it, and then if you want to attune to it, you can, but you don't have to.
Okay, so
I
my,
don't want.
I do want to check if this magical.
Like, I'm weak as shit, so I can't use spirits anyway, so...
Nerif, can you at least try checking? I don't think this is magical, but at least we have time. Can you check this for me?
Is it the second rapier?
This is
No,
the
the-
third rapier.
I think the non-duplicate one.
Yeah, the 41. No. Yeah, the 41.
The high ranking looking rapier one.
Right. Okay. So I, after 10 minutes, I checked that out. This one doesn't seem to have the downsides of the other ones, except
Is it
on you. if a vampire attunes to this, they will find themselves needing to feed more often. But they will also be endowed with otherworldly courage.
Berserker knife. I mean, Berserker rapier.
The blade will also impart fear to its targets if they're vulnerable to it. Overall, it's quite effective.
I'm now questioning myself because by moments eating habits, like he considered himself to be a very tiny eater based on all the other vampires. Now, how large does his hunger becomes?
Only one way to find out.
Hey, I look at that rapier and I go, does it only work for vampires?
If it only affects
No,
me,
it can be. Wait, it should work for anyone.
so if it only affects me, so might as well give it to Verity. I don't know if Verity is very dexterous or not to use this weapon.
Verity
Just
was
use
saying.
strength.
Actually, I do have challenge. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, Verity doesn't want to touch these cursed things.
I think it's not cursed though. Well, cursed for me.
Like
Okay,
he's
anything else? Any of you looking for last call now?
no.
Sony wants to look for some kind of accessory, like any kind of bracelet or armlet.
Roll a d100.
Roll good.
Pretty.
Yep.
Come, Sony, dual wield the.
Oh,
cursed
59.
weapon. Let's go.
New cursed weapon.
It will only be good.
If you say
I
so.
promise.
I trust
Out
you,
of
nerd.
character.
Hehe.
I'm
Does
just funny.
Sony have the feat that lets her dual wield rapiers?
I don't think so.
You mean the one that
Last.
gives you +1 AC? Or
Yes, it's the same one.
Dual wielder.
but I have the feat to hold my crossbow in one handle. Well, hand crossbow.
Yes. Everyone can hold a hand crossbow in one hand moment. That's what they're for.
No, but I get the bonus action to attack. Others don't, right?
Yeah. You can attack 3 times with it.
Mm-hmm.
So many times.
Like either I can just pew 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 3 times from far, or just
You can fan the hammer. 59.
I wonder what it gives.
yeah. I think Mike is still searching for the list of items.
Does
He's
Laura
looking.
want anything?
No, I have. I'm doing spells with.
Out of character, the spooky spear has a +2 and does 2d6 piercing damage. It's
What?
quite strong.
I mean, spear needs strength, right? So I can't carry it. But I'm keen. I'm keen on testing the rapier.
The rapier should be +2 as well, I think.
No, the rapier doesn't have a +2.
Is a +1?
Which one?
The both of the.
The first one does not have any bonuses to it.
Then
So
what do you do?
It does extra 2d6 psychic damage on hit.
Oh, the tentacle monster has psychic damage. I don't know, is he protected
I
from
think
psychic?
it might be immune to psychic damage.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but he's dealing psychic damage, so I don't know if he's.
Wait, what does the sentence say again?
What?
What does the word say on the
Oh,
radio?
you mean my sentence? Okay, my sentence is used to slay tentacle beast, never use again. Tentacle beast can be either Cthulhu or something like.
Oh, I think I interpreted it like it was used to attempt to slay a tentacle, but they never use again because it's ineffective.
No, it's
It's like, never used again.
It's
no,
like
it says used
fail.
to slay tentacled beast.
Yeah, then never used again because it's not effective.
It's
I
a
think
really
it's never used
shitty
again,
sotong
maybe it's
catcher.
like- it's not really that bad, but they try to use to slay tentacle beast. Maybe it's cursed that they don't want to use again.
I think what they meant was they used it for that, and then after that, for some reason, they had to put it down. But Sha, what did you say? I can't hear you.
They had to put
What?
it down.
I didn't see anything.
Oh no, I thought I heard you say something just now.
I feel like Alara can just pick up any accessories.
She has the thingy. She has the fork, the spaghetti fork.
Oh right. Wait, Mike is gone. Is it Mike gone?
Yeah,
Mike.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me read this bracelet thing.
Bracelet? Oh, it's a bracelet. Bracelet or bracer?
Either any, as long as it's pretty.
Bracelet or bracelet?
Bracelet or bracelet? It gives you more bracelets.
Do you want braceletception? This is how you get braceletception.
Brace yourselves.
Now, after you wear this, your curse is you every time you have to make a brace-related pun.
Okay, and I don't know the number of times. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because identify tells you what it does, but you don't know how many times people have used it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, a finite object.
So the object has a finite use, and if it's fully used up, it does non-magical anymore.
Let Nerif tell you. He's very good at doing the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this bracelet allows you to cast a particular spell to turn others into stone. However, once it's used up, it will attempt to turn you into stone.
It's a gamble.
Do that?
What was that?
Can we undo that? Can you unstone me?
Yeah, we've
Once
done that
again,
before. Petrification.
Look around. I'm sure we have the resources to, though troublesome it may be.
I nod.
Oh, well, that sounds really cool, but
I look at Rosa.
It does sound like something happened before.
Rosa.
Rosa's like,
While it still has charges in it, it does have the side benefit of making it so that you cannot be petrified.
So just wear it as.
We can go back to the
If you
town.
wear it as a accessory, it would be just.
oh shit, out of character, we can farm those things.
The
Actually,
basilisk.
Yeah.
Since there is a basilisk requirement that Akata wants for the ointment, right? We can farm those things.
If one were a farmer of basilisks, this would be a very useful activity.
I'll take it.
And since Sony did go for Akata's quest, you definitely sure that she will go solo missions to find out.
Well, I don't want to go alone again. It was a bit fun.
Yes, going alone is often dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny. Okay. Wear it as an accessory, don't cast a spell.
Alright, so the only thing being taken is the bracelet.
And I think Rosa will take the rapier.
I have two though.
Which one? The one that's hard to put down or the vampire one?
Ooh, I'll take the vampire one.
Okay, you take the vampire one, and then there's two.
Vampire one has a +1 to it.
That's fine. Because the rapier that I have is a plus nothing and it's not magic.
Yep, go for it.
Okay, so there's two cursed rapier.
I'll take just one.
I take both. Dual wielder! The curse can't hit you twice.
Like a +1 javelin that doesn't have weird things on it.
I mean, there's a reason these things are still here.
Yes.
They suck.
One wanted them.
Okay. Wait, so the thing does extra psychic damage?
It's the cursed one.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't have a plus to it. It's
Wait,
just
what was the negative again?
you cannot. It's a cursed
I
item.
find it hard to put down.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah. But
I
well,
feel
Very hard
like
to put down.
if it's really hard to put down, we come back and then anyone's like, give it back. And you're like, no! And then he'll be like, give it back. And then you'll be like, fine.
Out of character, clerics and paladins have the remove curse ability. I do.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
A big,
Prepare it and you have to cast a spell.
Yeah.
but then it's a big tax on paladin.
Yeah.
Wait.
How
Let me
expensive is
look
remove
for.
It's a level 3 spell.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's a money component.
There's no money value on it, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, if we go in tomorrow, and then the next day can remove Kasla?
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
update so both of your character can build one. So
Guys, you listen. What if hard to put down means like, why is there no more enemies to fight? I need to swing this thing to someone.
What?
That's
no, I don't think.
how it works.
It's okay. We'll just bonk you.
Javelins around here.
We'll just non-murder you.
Go to sleep.
Could you-
Sleep now, friend.
Huh?
Javelin will have disadvantage in water as well.
No, not javelins.
Really?
Nope.
Okay.
But that's a range, considered range weapon, isn't it?
Okay, anyway, I
range
think
weapon,
we
I can
can
use
close the
javelin.
session tonight. If
Yay.
no one else is
I
picking
want to look for javelins.
She's looking for javelins. Last one.
300 for javelins.
Yeah, but during that, Michael, Rosa's just gonna ask anyone, how many can we actually take?
All of them.
I mean, like,
I would severely recommend against taking what you do not need.
all right.
Okay.
No,
I'm in agreement to Anowin's wise words.
I also nod. Don't be
Maybe one of these
selfish.
cursed items will kill the enemy more than it kills me. Let's throw more of them.
But at least now we know that the spear.
Okay, Verity, you find a javelin that Nerifo probably describes similarly to the spear.
Ah, it's the same.
Aw.
Lovely.
Oh, same as the spear?
Yeah, just drop both of them back to the pile.
Instead
But
of
spear, I rolled high for it. There's
Stab yourself.
instead of spear of gains, you have javelin of swole.
Yeah, we put it back.
How
I don't
confident
think I'm
are you in
winning.
your swings, Verity?
Can we give you
Actually,
advantage?
It's pretty okay with a sacred weapon buff on it. Unless I roll a 1.
Mm,
I mean,
But
we can
you never know when you roll a 1.
I mean, you can take one hit to
yeah,
yourself.
right?
But it's including a 2d6 extra damage, right?
It's not 2d6 extra damage,
No,
it
no.
deals 2d6. And it has a +2. Basically, you hit yourself.
Yes.
Why?
And you
But
know,
you also have to hit yourself.
yeah.
Like, you don't auto-hit yourself. You have to actually, like, strike your AC.
Verity has a very high to hit.
He
Yeah.
has a
I think it's pretty
plus
good.
9.
Yeah.
And if
so,
he
like,
buffs the sacred weapon and he rolls a 1, it's a plus 14.
yeah, so that, like, I don't know, it means you missed the enemy target.
You also miss you.
No, it hits you.
Yeah. You hit yourself if you, like, you swing at yourself if you miss your target.
How?
I imagine it like swing to his face, like.
Like, you make your attack roll. If you hit, you hit. If you miss, you roll to attack yourself, but you have advantage against attacking yourself.
Oh wait,
Oh.
auto?
It's not
It's
auto hit.
not
Okay.
auto hit. You have
It's
to, like, hit
advantage
yourself.
though.
But you do have advantage.
Verity rolling advantage against himself is like...
Natural
It's,
crit incoming.
A high chance to hit, but Verity also has more AC than a lot of the enemies we fight.
I
yeah.
shall not be greedy about the 2d6 plus 2.
Yeah, just drop them back to the pile. Just
I'm
drop.
putting it back there. I'm not taking anything
Alright.
out of here.
Okay.
Alright then, we'll call it a night. Thank
Yes.
you for playing.
Thank you for listening. We will see you guys
Glad
next
that the
week.
cursed rapiers have been picked up.
Yes, I wanna test out the vampire rapier. Does Alara start drinking blood? We will see next week. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.